Hello, my name is Donald Walls. I'm a student at Earl Wooster High School, and I'm using this as a video journal for my CAS hours. Specifically, I want to talk about my time in position as the Command Sergeant Major of the Silver State Brigade at Wooster High School. The first thing I've noticed in trying to do a video log instead of doing a written log is that if you don't have a script, if you're just trying to figure it out on your own, it gets complicated and you're going to have to retake it a few times. This is try number 5, even if I get this right. That being said, I wanted to talk about the position and, just my experiences in it. And the first thing that I have to say is that the position in terms of ROTC is a very difficult one. You have a lot of things that you have to be held accountable for, and they're not always easy things to get done. But if you do get them done and you're keeping on track, you can have a lot of fun with the position. It's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of really interesting people. I met a lot of really great friends in the position that I would have never known had I not actually tried out for the position last year as a junior. But just to capitalize on some of the things, I've met the governor of Nevada, Brian Sandoval, who's actually a really nice guy. He goes to my church. But I never felt cause to actually go up and meet him, but we were given the opportunity to do his color guard for the governor's inauguration, which was broadcast in front of thousands of people online, and it was pretty fun. It was a great time to be there. I met the former mayor of Reno, Bob Cashel, who, I've heard a lot of things that people say they don't like him, but he seemed like a nice guy to me personally. He had this kind of air like a silly old guy that had a lot of stories to tell and a lot of knowledge to give out, because that's just kind of the person he was. One of the things that was really kooky about him was that on his phone, on his iPhone, he had a countdown timer to the time he was leaving the office. Because when we had met up with him, we were giving him a cadet colonel's coin, which is an award given to those civilian people that help the ROTC program out. And he had a timer giving the exact number of seconds that he had left in the position. He also met Ronald Reagan, which was really cool because personally I enjoy, I enjoy Ronald Reagan as a president. I think he was a really good one. I enjoy what he did, even if some people don't like him too much anymore. Moving back onto topic, the position is great, and you see a lot of benefits. Governor Sandoval wrote me a letter of recommendation. But other than that, it's a lot of hard work. For example, one of the things that you have to take care of is called the Superintendent's Elite Color Guard. A color guard is comprised of the kids who dress up in the military uniforms and go out and hold the flags during the national anthem, during social events, or major sporting events, which I thought was always really cool. And one of the things that makes the SecG special is it has kids from each of the high schools that exist in the Washoe County area, and they're all comprised together. And it's just kind of showing the entire community, the ROTC community, JROTC community that we have here. I think it's a really great opportunity, and it was really fun. The thing with it, though, is there's a lot of organization behind the scenes that you don't really get a sense of when you're just watching the finished product. I started to learn that lesson the hard way when I had to come up with a contact list for all of the primaries and alternates for the SecG. Because, you need 11 kids, and they're high school kids, and high school kids aren't exactly the easiest group of people to organize. I tried to get this email for the one kid, and he gave me an email. The email didn't work, so I went to call him with the number that he had given me just in case it didn't work. And the number didn't work, so I had to go through this long route where I had to track down his commander in ROTC from a separate list, call her, get her to find someone who knew the kid that I needed to talk to, have that kid call me, and then for me to get the number of the actual cadet just in the first place, to get his email address, which then became redundant. And, this would happen several times with multiple cadets. And the rosters were constantly shifting because you'd have people that wanted to do Sec G, but something would come up and they can't do it. Some of the things that you have to note specifically with it are, with the Sec G in particular, is that it's one of the few times in this position that you're actually going to be recognized because you're in the front commanding them. And oftentimes they will actually read out the names of the people that are in the position, and it's really cool to hear your name. The Washoe County School District's Superintendent's Elite Color Guard, commanded by Cadet Command Sergeant Major Donald Walls, which it's a really cool honor when you're doing it for, say, Governor Sandoval's inauguration or the State of Education address for Washoe County. It's really cool to hear your name in that. It's a really fun job, but there's more respect to it, I think, that you have to realize is that you can't just go in that day, have everyone joined up there, march out, do your little bit for 15 minutes, your 15 minutes of fame, as Andy Warhol liked to say, and then go back out, high five, have pizza, laugh it off. There's a lot of work that you have to do. You have to track down these people. You're there an hour before everyone else, setting things up, calling people, making sure they're on their way, and then you're also the last one out because you're responsible and you want to make sure that those kids are getting home and they're not going to just be stranded there. I say probably the biggest challenge I had with the position first starting off was just getting my week's days organized, because by that time I had 2 jobs that I was working on top of being in the IB program itself. So this was adding on a whole nother layer of workload that I wasn't prepared for. In all honesty, I wasn't prepared for it in the beginning. But once I took that into account and I started planning my days, it became a really fulfilling experience. I was always busy, which is something that I never thought of myself as the kind of person that just kind of sat and counted the days off by the number of hours he worked per day, and I thought that was really cool. It's something that I enjoyed doing thoroughly, and it's something that I didn't know I would have enjoyed doing until I tried it. But other than that, I think it was a great experience, and I would very much like to do it again. Alright, bye.